Hey everyone, I'm Jason Bailin from Whipped and Beaten Culinary Works. I've written 2 cookbooks, but I can't tell you their names because they're a bit un-PC and some of you may freak out. But if you have a good sense of humor, Google Whipped and Beaten Culinary Works. But don't go if you get offended easily because then they may not be for you. So today we're going to make roasted potatoes with a white wine and caper sauce. And what we're going to use for that white wine sauce, a cup of white wine. You got about 2 tablespoons of capers. We've got a tablespoon of butter, so 2 cloves of garlic that have been pressed. We've got about a cup of chicken broth, and some diced onions, just about 2 or 3 slices, and then some flour. And we're going to flavor everything with a little bit of salt and pepper. What I have here is just some roasted potatoes. I basically put some olive oil in them, some thyme, a little rosemary, salt and pepper, coated them, and then put them in the oven about 350 degrees for about 20-25 minutes or so. Got them nice and golden brown. So we're going to make a white wine-based sauce here. Just drizzle over your potatoes. You can also actually toss the potatoes in it too. Either way, it works out very good. We're starting off with a little olive oil that's already been placed in this deep pot over here. We're going to throw in a little pressed garlic, 2 cloves of it. Get it all out of there. About 2 slices of onions that have been finely diced, right in there. With just a pinch of salt, and that's all I have here is just a pinch of salt. 3 sprinkles of pepper. Basically saute just so they get nice and golden brown. You're really looking for the onions to get translucent. Once they get translucent, we simply pour the chicken broth right in there, just like that. You've got your white wine, pour it right back in there to be 1-to-1, so a cup of each. And then your tablespoon of butter. Then we're just going to continue stirring until the butter melts. And just to remember, the chicken broth also has salt in it, so you definitely want to make sure that you're not over salting everything. So we just wait till the butter melts. Okay, so we've brought this to a boil for about 10 seconds, then we're just going to lower the heat down to a simmer. And as it starts to simmer, we're going to add our flour. It's about 3 teaspoons. And we don't want this to be too thick. We don't want it to be, complete gravy. So we'll stir it like that to try and get most of the lumps out. Make sure as it simmers to stir it every so often, just to make sure you're working out all the lumps from the flour. And then just let it sit literally for about 5 minutes or so. And it should start to thicken. So it's been about 5 minutes, it's been simmering. So at this point we're just going to throw in these capers to add a little bit more flavor. Gives a little bit of the zing to the sauce. That's very good. And just give it a good stir. Maybe add that last tablespoon or last teaspoon of flour at this point because it is wanting to thicken up you want to thicken it up just a little bit more. Should basically coat the spoon when we're done. And cover it and stir it, and cover it and stir it. But I like it to basically just coat the potatoes, drizzle on it. And so now we'll stir it a little bit and we'll again cover it for about 5 minutes. And let the lumps work out while it simmers. So we've been simmering it for about 10 minutes or so. The longer you simmer it, the thicker it's going to get. I like mine to be, in between the consistency of gravy and a little bit of a sort of a thick soup. So basically we're just going to drizzle them right over the potatoes like this. Get some of those onions out, get some of those capers out there. Get them right in there. Just enough to basically coat everything with. Here we go. And then we're just going to basically toss them. And there you have it. Roasted potatoes with a white wine and caper sauce. I'm Jason Bailin from Whipped and Beaten Culinary Works.